TFP Weekly Livestream. My name is Brandon.
I'm Pat.
I'm Josh.
And we got down on the controls somewhere over there, we got Brian as our producer. I hope everybody is doing great. It is great to be here. I love these Thursday night live streams. Sometimes we go into these with a plan. Sometimes, like tonight, we just kind of, shotgun a beer and just see what happens.
Open a couple drinks.
We love it though, and we love you guys for joining us. And we would love your comments, your questions. Keep any negativity to yourself though. Only positivity on this side. No, I'm just kidding. You can be as negative as you want. We'll take it. It will feed us. We live off of that. Love it. A lot of stuff to talk about. As always, we had an extremely successful event on Sunday that I would love to have Pat talk about in a little bit. For those of you that were out here and either competed or spectated at the tactical games, that went off beautifully. I was so proud of the team. We did a great job.
Yeah, for the first one.
Here. Yeah.
The first one in New York.
The weather, was not. It would be awesome if we had done it today, but it cooperated for as long as we needed it to, and I think it added just that little extra layer of suckitude that we're after, Tyler updates. We've got, I don't know if we've gotten a whole bunch of inventory in since last week.
A couple things here and there.
Yeah, a couple, 2-3 things. We've got a lot to talk about, obviously, with the current events that are going on. If people want to talk about that, we certainly can. You're probably sick of hearing about that, though. There's enough of that on every other channel that's out there. So let's talk about some guns tonight. Yeah?
I like talking about guns.
Cool. Do we want to hit up, what about our sponsor? Let me get out of the way.
Cool. Tonight's sponsor, again, is GHA Services, LLC. Our good friend, John Gotham. Super cool guy. He does CNC service, machine leveling, all kinds of stuff related to that. So if you have a CNC machine or know somebody that does, please give him a call. GHA Services LLC. He was just down here earlier, and last week, guys, I don't know if you knew this, he was servicing machines at none other than Kimber.
I had not heard that. I did not.
Kimber handguns. Yeah,
really
he was. I think they have a plant in New Jersey, and he was down there working for them. Pretty cool.
That is really cool.
So yeah.
He also competed in the tactical skirmish on Sunday, and he did amazing. Right, he placed second in the men's intermediate division, I believe. Yeah. So we were very proud of him coming out and doing such a great job. Had a good showing there, and he's also a great sponsor and a good friend of the store. So awesome.
Thanks, John.
Thank you very much. Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah. Let's jump right into it. Tactical games. Pat.
So Alpha Standard Skirmish, right? This past Sunday. Yeah, it was a really super good event. We were really excited to put it together for everybody. And of course, we wanted to, there's a little bit of temptation, at least on my part, to kind of spill some of the beans out there about what was going on, right? Because it was a pretty neat course that we had set up out there, relative to the space that we have available to us, right? So we were able to set up a nice little, basically a quarter mile, for lack of a better term, a track, right around the outskirts of the property. Mm-hmm. And so we had one event that consisted of having athletes, dragging a tire about 200 yards from one corner around a cone and then to the next station where they had to drop their sled they were dragging. Yeah, it was a 100-pound sled essentially, right? Yeah. So we just fashioned
the least aerodynamic, and that's not the right word, but like the drag coefficient on a tire on its side is not good.
No, it was that was very challenging for those guys. So I had a really fun time watching everybody doing, and so myself and our friend Steve Filano from 2ANYS on Monday we came out here and we hadn't done, we had ran through the event at like the intermediate level of standards, right? We decided it would only be appropriate since we designed the course that we go ahead and run it at the intermediate standards. And so we did. We actually started with the event that we called the Trek. Sure. And we completed that. And then we did the shooting portion, like right off the bat, still smoked, went out and did the shooting. And then we went we stayed on the range actually, and then we started the smoker event that we had with the pull-ups and the push-ups. So we did that like immediately after we were done with the other event. So we didn't give ourselves, quite the same amount of downtime that the actual athletes had. But man, that smoker was a tough one. We had a 7-minute timer, and you've got that 7-minute time window to do as many sets of 5 pull-ups and as many sets of 10 push-ups as possible within that 7 minutes.
And again, just to remind people, that's in full gear.
Yeah, that's
with
wearing,
your rifle still on you, your pistol still on you. That's not just in shorts and
just
t-shirt.
your body weight, right? Yeah. So you got all that extra weight on you. So we did that, and we completed that okay. And then we went to do the trek, and I'm not going to lie, to those of you who came out and competed in the division, my hat is off to you guys, because that 200-pound sandbag, I tell you what, I got it pinned against my hips, and I got it to my chest height, and I got it almost onto the barricades, and the sandbag, I lost control over it, was not able to get the 200-pound bag up onto the barricades. So for those of you guys that did do that, you guys are beasts, man. When I first put that event together, I ran through it with the 150-pound sandbag, lifted it off the ground, put it up onto the barricade, hopped myself over, secured the bag, carried it around, went to the other station, put it up onto the thing, hopped over, grounded it, secured the ammo cans, ran them back over to the thing, went and got my sandbag, and I did the first round.
I'm exhausted.
Just listening
right now.
Yeah.
I did that first round at like 3:45. You know what I mean? So we figured that, an 8-minute time window would give those guys an opportunity to do
a couple times.
A couple of times, right? And some of the studs were going to be able to do it maybe even a little bit faster.
Sure.
And it turned out that nobody, with the exception of one guy, our friend Chad Richards, was able to complete 2 complete circuits.
Yeah.
Even with that 150-pound sandbag that the intermediate guys were using. It was just, that was a really demanding physical event. So,
I think that was probably like the hardest one.
Yeah, and I think that, the next time we design the course, we're going to take that into account, and we might scale down the weight a little bit.
Sure.
I think that's all we would need to do is just kind of scale down the weight. Like everything else,
was good. I thought everything else was pretty
doable.
Yeah, it was, but it was fun, and we wanted to. So just for those of you guys that did compete in the elite division, and you're like, man, these guys have no idea. No, trust me, we do. We know exactly what we asked of you guys, and so next time we're going to take that into account as well, right?
There were, you mentioned it. There were certainly some studs there.
Oh yeah,
men and women, like. The 2 female competitors that we had.
Oh, absolutely phenomenal.
Studettes,
both of them. 100%. They came out and they were They were getting
nuts.
After it.
Yeah. There was a gentleman out there, Travis. He was definitely an elite competitor.
Oh, for sure.
And he was just one of those guys that whatever pace he set, if you have 8 minutes to do pull-ups and push-ups, he was just doing them like at a slow and steady pace. But it was that entire 8 minutes, like until you said stop.
Right.
It was just that same consistent pace.
Yeah,
the entire time.
He was a performer.
I think he did either 10 or 11 sets of 5 pull-ups, and they were like, you were strict.
He was
your
doing
standard,
really good. Yeah, he was pulling his body weight up there for sure. 5
pull-ups and then 10 push-ups and then going back. So that's 1.
Yeah.
You do 5 pull-ups and 10 push-ups. That counted as 1. He did 10 or 11 reps of those
in like 7 minutes.
And he probably could have kept going. Like it just he ran out of time.
He would have had more time on the clock.
If we made it 15 minutes, he would have done it. Like insane.
Yeah. So both the dudes from Bull Creek
either, because you're using the same muscles.
Right.
Yeah. Both the dudes from Bull Creek, both Travis and Derek, you guys came out and you definitely put on a good display, and the other elite competitors as well. Man, we just had and the intermediate guys as well. I don't want to take away from anybody that came out here, because everybody that was out here, I mean, they were intense and they were ready to compete, and I love to see all of the camaraderie that was going on out there.
Oh,
people cheering for each other, right? People really like giving some encouragement. And I actually saw at one point in time, we had some folks that had finished doing their battle, and the last member of their little squad hadn't come back yet, and they went and like were not helping per se, but
cheerleading
like, hey, come on, man, you got it.
Them,
definitely like so. that's one of the best things about the tactical game.
I'd also like to give a huge shout out to all of our volunteers
Oh,
that showed
for sure. Yeah.
We could not have put the event on without them. And if you're out there and you're interested in helping us, we still will need volunteers. We're going to be doing these very regularly. You know, we've talked about at least once a quarter. Once we ramp these up and there's more interest, we're talking about, I don't know, what was the word we picked today? Maybe, I can't remember what it was, but like even smaller skirmishes, you know, or
Yeah, what did we
So
decide
light
that was
division?
going to call?
yeah, we're talking about doing a light division as well. Yeah, where there's less physically demanding stuff, you know, more, you know, there's always got to be some physical part of it. That's the whole point.
Right.
But we've had a lot of people, you know, whether they're seniors or whether they're less than able, you know,
Plural.
all sorts of things. Yeah.
Or just if they're not sure about where their abilities kind of stand. You
Yeah.
know? Some people just want to try it, but they want to just kind of dip the toes in and feel it out.
We'd like to have maybe even like, if people are interested in this, like even weekly, like, you know, if we can get, say, 10 people to commit to, you know,
Cool.
like meet here. Yeah. Like meet here at, you know, 5 p.m. on Friday, and Pat will run you through a course, you
Couple
know,
of
to
different things.
train, just to build yourself up, you know, because again, this skirmish, this alpha standard, that's why we call it that. That is where we think, you know, you don't have to come out here and crush it and win, but if you can accomplish these obstacles, then you are at a level that we think you should be,
Right.
you know, physically. And if you can't, that just tells you where you need to go. You know, is like you said, is the training that you're doing working?
Right.
Or do you need to adjust? You need to do something different, you know?
Just
And-
that little measuring stick, guys, so
Yep.
we can
Yep.
have something objective, right, that we can look at and we can say, was I able to complete this event? Well, no. Where
Yep.
did I struggle? And what is the plan for how to get better? How can I remediate
Right.
some of those issues? It's okay to be weak, guys. It is not okay to stay weak, right?
I like that. We definitely are going to be playing around. I think again, this was our first one. There's going to be many more of these as we go. I think you're going to see that we have very creative and unique stages and stage design. And, you know, the shooting was relatively easy on this one, but I know we plan on incorporating a lot more, you know, mental exercises with this as well. You know,
Cognitive processing stuff.
maybe you're looking, you know, you have to, you know, like there's numbers on the target and like, you know,
Little bit of math.
shoot it 2 + 2, you know, just to get your brain ticking while you're, you know, you just got smoked by Pat out there and you're dead. But yeah, we had an absolutely great time. We had, what was it total? 20, was it 19 competitors?
19
20?
signed up, 2 were no shows. Unfortunately,
Sure.
we had one competitor that he reached out to me during the events. Obviously, I wasn't answering, but
Yeah.
he was telling me that he was having some car trouble. So, I mean, I guess we're going to have to talk about how we
Sure.
remediate that, right?
Yeah,
to take
yeah.
care of some of those folks. But yeah, the other guy, I'm not even sure what happened to him.
Yeah.
I hopefully everything's all right.
Definitely, though, you know, if you look on the Tactical Games pages, right? Like you did the Shooter's Gauntlet one.
Yep.
That was a 2-day event,
Yep.
right? So 3 battles on one day, 3 battles on a second day.
Correct.
And that was like $350, $400 maybe.
Something like that, yeah.
Depending on when you registered. Yeah. Like if you, so, and I don't want to say it's in a whole nother league. It is, you know, that's an event that draws hundreds of competitors, and not that it's a better course. They've just been doing this a lot longer there. So they have a little bit more, you know, and obviously we have a huge deficiency here. We were working with an indoor range,
Yeah.
right? So we have 3 different obstacles basically, or 3 different battles out there, but everyone has to converge and use the same range, which is a little bit of a headache. All of that will be alleviated when we get Polar Wave up and running, which we'll
Right.
talk about in a little bit. But once Polar Wave's up and running, you'll be doing your exercise and like drop the weight and draw your gun.
And then it's like, hey, we're going to Bay A, or
Right.
Bay B, or we're
Yeah.
going over to, right? So
a lot of that will
so
be
much easier.
alleviated. We'll be able to run much more effective skirmishes and battles, right?
Smoother.
And I think there's the value that we were able to bring people, you know, again, the Shooter's Gauntlet one and other, you know, the full 2-day battles are all in that $300 to $400 range.
Yeah.
And our 1-day skirmish comes in at $120, you know, so you're getting an immense value. You can do 3 of those, and now you've done 9 battles, really, for the same price as doing
6 battles.
6, and you're getting smoked. It's all.
I think, I still think the value is there. I still think that it definitely, showcases your ability to perform on a physical level and also perform at the shooting level. Yeah. And the good thing about tactical games events, right, is all of the ranges are different, all of the battles are different.
Yes.
So every time you go to one of those events, it's going to be challenging in a different kind of light.
Right.
So even though this one we didn't exactly hit the mark that we were trying to hit in terms of making the shooting as challenging maybe as we could have or would have liked to, I think we can definitely remediate that moving forward. And we got some really great suggestions too.
Yeah.
The
some of the
competitors that had come out.
They were very, very helpful.
Yeah, particularly ones that had competed in other events. They were able to hey, check this out. Remember when we were in Pennsylvania, they did it this way. And maybe if you guys had done this thing, it would have worked out, a little bit better for you. So.
We had a really good mix of people who, our customers who had never experienced any tactical games, to people like Abe and John Woods, who had done tactical games before, but not a lot of them. But then we had also Adriana, who has done 5 or 6 or 7 and won many of them. So we had a good mix of complete new people, some people that had done it a little bit, and then some experts, I would say, in the field.
Definitely.
So we had a really and they were so understanding that this was our first one, and I think it went super well.
I was very impressed by the performance that our staff was able to put on.
Yeah.
The volunteers were all excellent in terms of keeping everything organized, on time,
safe.
Yeah.
Safety was absolutely there, right? So, I thought everybody did a fantastic job.
For those interested potentially in being a volunteer, email us, send us some info, or send us your contact info. We'll put you on that list. Basically, what we do, the way that they have it set up, is you kind of can get your choice. You can either, if you work a skirmish, you can come to a skirmish for free, kind of a 1-for-1 deal.
Yep.
Or, and there's going to be, I think, a lot of people that want to be involved with this, but they know, either for this or that, they're just never going to compete. Right. I think what we're going to do is just hook them up as members of the range, So it was, you volunteers were here at 7, and we were done by, I would say 2, maybe 3, what do we needed all the volunteers? 2 or 3. So, what was that, 6 or 7 hours of your time? Be a member for the rest of the month. So I think that's a pretty fair shake. It was a pretty fun time with volunteers. You know what I mean?
We had some
pizza. You know how I do it.
It was super cool.
And I think everybody
got to hang out with us.
That's the real prize right there.
That's the biggest
one-on-one time with this guy right here.
Hanging out.
Come on.
I hardly glared at them at all. So
yeah. Pat only busted out the knife.
I was just kidding. You sheaves it.
So I'm doing a double one.
Yeah,
no, that was at me for messing up.
That was
stuff. The
double knife hand. I love the meme you shared that it was when you point your finger, 3 of the fingers point back at you. That's why I always point like this. Like it's all you.
That's all you, buddy.
Oh man, Brian, what are we looking like over there? Do we have any comments, questions? People telling us to go?
Anybody want to talk to us?
Okay,
it's been busy.
All right, let's jump right in.
People want to pay us to shut up.
No, thankfully. But
Not yet.
do have a good one from Jeff H. His comment has been, too many clothes, do want to disappoint.
All right.
Other stuff that's
You'll have to wait for the calendar.
I was just going to say, wait till you buy the calendar.
Thanks, Dan.
Shucks.
Jeff, I mean, sorry.
Whatever.
Wesley says hi, Dan, and hi, Pat.
Oh.
Hey, Wesley, what's up, buddy?
Wesley, huh?
Just a couple of the quick ones to knock out real quick.
Hi, Pat.
Steve, you're asking about 357s.
He gets Dan and Pat confused.
This beauty right here.
Nice.
$5.99. There are a couple others on the shelf as well.
We do have a couple 357s. Yeah, we can show
That's a
those.
nice one with that scope.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Just in time for deer season.
Yep, so there are a couple of those. If you want them, bring them quick. I'm sure they'll be going.
For sure.
Let's see. Let's hit Steven's other question. He ordered a scope online. Is wondering when he might see it. Sounds like it was maybe shipped to his house.
Could have been if it was off of our website. Was it a red dot?
He didn't say.
Okay. If it was a red dot, yeah, that'll be. I did see that come through last week. That'll be shipped right to your house. Yep.
Okay. James Robinson asked if there are going to be videos of the games posted somewhere.
I haven't seen any.
I don't know if we
video
got
yet.
any
I saw some
video
photos.
footage. Yeah, we will be releasing some photos. I don't think we got any video footage.
I think we dropped the ball. We didn't get that GoPro. I'm sorry. I think it was Anthony.
Anthony.
That
Anthony
dropped off that
Palmer.
GoPro.
Yeah.
I just think everything just got so busy.
Yeah,
It's
we
one of those
just
things. We dropped the
didn't
ball on that.
really have a spare body to use that.
I kept seeing people take it into the bathroom though. I don't know what they were doing with it. So maybe check those.
Although I was gonna say too, one of the guys that competed, Will.
Oh yeah, he took some.
Oh,
He had
yes.
a GoPro. So Will, if
Yeah.
you were watching out there, hey, we could really use some video if you've got it.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
If anybody knows Will that's out there, I don't remember his last name. I'm sorry, I was
Yeah.
gonna be more helpful. I almost
It
said
might be-
Peterson. It's definitely something with a P.
Phillips, maybe.
He did all the interviews with people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll hit us up. Or Steve has his email, I'm sure.
We still got more.
Sure.
Yeah, please.
Yes. What you got?
Please.
Send them.
John Davis said on Tactical Games, he heard a lot of people saying they like the range on the higher up competitors.
They like the range portion of it.
Yeah,
Or just they like okay, yeah, cool.
Well, also we
John
did
was one of our
increase
volunteers.
we did
Yeah.
increase the distance of the targets for the elite
Sure.
level competitors. So I think that's one of the things he's talking about.
Maybe they just like the facility too.
the facility was pretty
Could be, yeah.
was pretty cool.
A little biased. But
over on the YouTube side, 108th Airlift is asking if you guys have any striped lowers. Sorry.
Striped lowers.
We do have plenty of strip lowers.
We got some ATI Omni hybrid lowers
So light.
going for $75 hairs plus tax
Not bad.
and a background check. Standard.
These are one of the
Nice.
better, you can have whatever opinion you want on polymer lowers. I do think these are one of the better ones.
Yeah,
Why
I've
they
seen some
call
others
them
out there, but
hybrid.
they're not as
Yeah,
good.
because there's some, I don't know if it'll show up on camera. There's some metal in there. And they have moved. These are, American Tactical used to be, it sort of still is. These are made down in South Carolina. But this is Amchar, one of our local distributors. This is their in-house brand that Tony came up with. So, they're made down in South Carolina. They moved a lot of that manufacturing down there.
They used to be right
They
now.
used to be here in Rochester. They're still kind of a Rochester company,
I didn't know that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. So $75 though too. You really can't, in this climate. I mean, I don't even know. I don't know what Anderson lowers are going for online, but once you factor in a FFL fee, we're pretty cheap at $35 still. So certainly $75. That's a pretty good price.
I saw a guy ordered 2 Poverty Pony strip lowers in here the other day, and he got them for $60 a piece.
That's not bad.
I saw
mean,
somebody
normally
buy one
they're-
for 40
Yeah,
a piece the other day.
That's pretty low.
too.
Or no, I'm sorry. You know what? It was actually I misspoke. It was actually an ATI Forge lower. It wasn't a Poverty Pony.
Oh,
The
really?
Mill
Yeah.
Sport
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mill Sport lower.
Yeah. But hey, they're here. They're in stock. If you're 21 years of age or older, come down and buy one.
Correct.
100%.
Got to be
Else.
21.
So got more.
Please.
So on the note of that, Chris Wood is asking, what is this that he's hearing about 80% lowers on the internet?
What are you hearing about?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a
some
lot.
talk about trying to make 80% illegal for the whole ghost gun stuff. So maybe that's what he's.
So yeah, here in New York State,
They're
there
working
is
on
some legislation that last I read it was in committee. I think
It's called it's named after a dude.
Mhm.
I can't remember, but yeah, they are on their way to go after those. If that bill passes, it'll be pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Because they're not only going after 80% lowers, but they're going after pretty much any kind of gun part
Right.
that you
You
can
need to
order
go
online
through
and
it
have
together.
sent to your door.
Yeah.
Right.
And basically, the way that the legislation is written and worded, guys, anything that you would need to do to your gun, like let's say that I wanted to purchase a trigger assembly for my AR-15. Well, in order for me to change that trigger assembly out, I'm going to have to disassemble the entire fire control group of my rifle, and then I have to reassemble the fire control group with a new set of parts. If I do that under this New York State law, and I'm not a licensed gunsmith,
Sure.
then I am committing a crime.
Right.
So, and the problem with that, guys, is that any kind of maintenance that you would want to do on your guns, that is basically anything above end user level field stripping and stuff of that nature. If you're a mechanically inclined individual, as soon as you start getting inside of that gun and taking those little parts out, you're committing a crime at that point under the, with the way that legislation is written. So I think it's a really shady way for them to just try to go after
Yeah.
any kind of gun parts, because
Right.
the end goal is that every gun part will be serialized and every
Right.
gun part will be bought through proper channels, meaning state-controlled channels.
Right. And, obviously it's never good when any of these bills are introduced or sponsored or brought to the table. You can look it up, though. I mean, I would say,
Jose Webster Act.
okay, nice.
Jose Webster Act.
There are at least a dozen, sometimes 20, 30, 40 every year in both the Senate and the Assembly in New York State. So many anti-gun bills are introduced. Majority of them go nowhere. But again, it's one of those things, our rights are just constantly under attack that we have to keep even worrying about this type of stuff. And a lot of these, that title or that name of that law means nothing to me. So if I just saw that headline, I wouldn't really pay much attention to it.
Sure,
or,
why wouldn't
if you're a guy who just hunts, or just comes and target shoots, you're like, oh, well, I don't do that. There's that old, they came after so-and-so and I'm not one of them, so I didn't care. And they came after so-and-so and I wasn't one of them and I didn't care. But then they came after me and now I care. And every one of these little
That's what they want.
chip
though.
away, yeah. They
That's
just
what
keep
they've been
chipping away.
I was talking to my mom and dad about this earlier today. They have been slowly doing it in increments since the 90s.
It's called incrementalism, and it is
Right.
the
Yeah,
strategy, and it has been the strategy. And if you look at the spread of socialism and communism as a mainstream ideology in this country, right?
Mm-hmm.
That shit happened incrementally as well.
Sure.
Right. Initially,
Sure.
the Soviets started sending over people to get educated here and come up through our education system. And then they became part of that education system. And
Sure.
they started indoctrinating, college age students into Marxist ideologies. And then that spread. And now we've got Marxist ideologies being taught all the way down to the grade school level, right? Because all of those people that are going to school and getting graduate level degrees are all being slowly indoctrinated into that Marxist ideology, and then they bring it and they start trickling it down all the way to.
I would say too, we've said it again, and I will keep saying it until we can change these things. These laws are racist and classist. They are only going to hurt, and sexist. Yeah, they are only going to hurt the already disenfranchised in the community. People like us who have the means. I'll just pay a gunsmith to do it then. No big deal. I'll stay legal. I'll pay a gunsmith, not a problem. But someone maybe, in the inner city that doesn't have a car, the bus doesn't come here. You know what I mean? There's no gun store that I know of anymore. There was one.
Right.
There's no gun stores I know of that are on the bus line.
Right.
I don't know if Mike's is, maybe. But, it's just one of those things that, they don't. It's funny because Steve talks about this too. It's that irony of there's those people that want all these gun laws, right, and want all our rights taken away. They're the same people that also want to defund the police, which is going to be the mechanism by which any of so it's
and also want to forcibly remove Trump from office if he wins.
Right.
And also want to start a civil war.
Yeah.
With what?
Right. What are you going to do?
With what?
What are you going to do? Real quick, I know we've got a bunch more questions. I just wanted to put this out there. I'm going to move it before I step on it. We had a lot of people a few weeks ago. We asked some folks to come out here, anybody that wanted to come out and take a picture to raise Tyler's spirits, right? And I was just absolutely blown away. I got here early that day, just, again, not knowing. I wanted to get the place open. You were here with my dad doing some maintenance.
Right.
I wanted to get the place opened up, though, and have the lights on, and just have a nice time. And it's kind of like when we do Freedom Weekend or any other event, like you're here early, you're like, all right, people should be coming in any minute now, and then crickets, and then it's 15 minutes before it's supposed to start, and there's 2 people here, and it's oh man, really? And then it was just one car after another came in. So I am extremely proud of this picture.
How many people were there? 50, 60?
There was something
58, I think it was.
Yeah, 58 people showed up. A lot of them, as you can see, I don't know how well this is showing up on camera there, Brian.
Move it a little bit to your right. Yeah.
Boom. So we had an amazing turnout. I kind of wish maybe the sky had looked a little better that day, but that's okay. You can see there are a ton of people in gear. A ton of people showed up in their stuff, which is what we requested. But obviously, we were happy to have anybody show up. And this is on a really nice like canvas print.
Thanks, Phil.
Yeah, thank you, Phil Casper Photography. We've also got. Do you have a name for your endeavor over there? Pilot Brian, Captain Brian.
Not yet, but I am working to eventually start a side business. So I've just got to figure out some of the legal sides of it. But
nice.
I'm a FAA drone pilot with some photos of the event day. So.
Yeah, we took the photo will go up eventually. I'm gonna. We already put out that this video is not safe for kids anyways. So, as many of you know, Tyler has a certain very childish affinity for a certain.
I was going to say infatuation.
Infatuation's a great word. Tyler likes to draw a certain
organ
object. Yeah, a certain male body part that probably a lot of us drew in middle school. Something like, what is it, like 40% of kids do it? What was the thing from? I can't remember. Anyway, you're going to know it in the comments. So anyways, we had asked people to write on the cards for Ty, draw some phallic objects, and they did. And one of the ideas we had was we had Captain Brian over here, a drone pilot. So we were like, hey, if you have your drone up there, we can take some cool, like an aerial photo. So why don't we arrange everyone into this phallic shape?
Could have been a heart.
Could have been
anything. Thumbs up.
Could have been a gun
Could've
kind
been,
of shape. No, but
no.
we did your love gun, right? So yeah, it was very funny organizing. Your parents were there.
Yeah.
My parents were there. My daughter
My
is
daughter
in this
was-
picture.
My wife and
Yeah,
my
your
boys
kids.
were there.
It's really funny. Like
Lily gave the drone a double whammy.
We took some fun pics. So he'll be getting all of these. We took a very nice picture of just the staff that I'm very happy with. And yeah, we'll be taking those to him. And I guess while we're talking about it, a quick Tyler update.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, Tyler is doing much better. He's had some skin grafts.
He's got
right?
his fifth one today.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. They're doing like I didn't even know this was possible, but they're taking part of his skin, like part of his good skin that is still okay, and they're like putting it in like petri dishes essentially.
They're like synthesizing.
They're like,
it to
yeah,
grow
like
more.
like I think it's called autografting, and they're like almost like spraying, tanning it on him. And it's a very advanced.
That's how that works.
Yeah, super interesting. I was talking to him and his mom about it, and just a very interesting technology. Very
I wonder
cool.
if the guy from Silence of the Lambs would have used that back in the day. If it
more
was
sustainable.
available,
Yeah, more
more. Maybe they should remake that movie.
non-GMO, whatever.
It's organic. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Gluten-free.
So
Probably.
yes,
One would have seen it.
he is. I can't say that he's like out of the woods per se, because just there is so much that could still go wrong, and it's like every day, he's getting better on this front, but then there's this other looming thing going on over here. There's this
like
potential problem. Yeah. So please keep him in your thoughts still. Keep him in your prayers. We are, again, we've said it before, we'll keep saying it. We are just blown away by the generosity and the sense of community and all of the love that has come in for him. It's so hard because he doesn't know it yet. But I know.
But we make sure that he knows.
Oh, he does. I mean,
We try.
he knows, but he just, he can't feel
It's
it.
hard
like
to
how,
see. Yeah, it's hard to.
Yeah. We're kind of that filter, we
Right.
get it all, and then we pass on to him. I think
It's
once
hard
he's
to
out
quantify.
fully, he'll really see it all, So, so he's doing better and better. We've talked to him on the phone, he's getting better. Yeah, that's all I can say.
One of the coolest things I think is that now you get to go see him.
Yeah,
So that was huge.
They made a mental health allowance, so luckily once a week I get to go see him now. And
Matt?
Matt.
And Matt gets to go see him tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
That'll
spoke to
be
Matt.
huge.
Spoke to Matt
That's perfect,
today.
Yeah.
So I don't think they've seen each other other than FaceTime since everything happened.
Right.
So and it's
Right.
been 22 days now. So that's
Yeah.
going to be big for them. To be in the same room together, I think is going to be huge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you get to see him every Monday.
Yeah, I get
For
for
like
4
4
hours.
hours, right?
Yeah,
That's
4
huge.
hours. I get to go up
That's
there.
huge.
Yeah, it'll be definitely, you know, obviously the physical battle is huge, but I think that mental one, you know, he's definitely going to have to.
That's going to be arguably
you know,
worse.
Probably will be. I mean, I can't imagine going through something like that and not having some type of PTSD or some type of, you know, issues in that. I mean,
Sure.
it's just going to be
Definitely going to need some counseling.
One thing that's interesting though is we have a customer here. I don't know if he's watching tonight or not. You know who you are. But there's a customer of our store that we all know. I'll tell you offline if you don't know what I'm talking about. But there's a very we get a lot of ball busters in here, you know, and we love them. And he's one of the biggest ones. And Tyler's surgeon, I think that's handling all of his skin grafting, or maybe his chief guy that's handling his case or whatever. This customer was also one of his I want to say clients, patients. Thank you.
Right.
Was one, and you know, just like through the grapevine, they were like, yeah, we want to get you in touch, you know, with this support network of other, you know, people that are burn victims like this. So luckily he's getting support from a couple other sides. There are some customers that work at Strong that get to see him, you know, intermixed because they're there already. You know, we were laughing. That, you know, I was looking at maybe getting a job there as like a janitor, just like sneak in and see him, you know, more often, like get the Patch Adams little nose, clown nose come in.
Open back.
Back out.
Oh
yeah, 100%.
Gotta do that.
But yeah, another really cool thing. This is again just blows my mind. Like the advances in knowledge that we've had the past, you know, however long it's been in the medical field. You know, when you think of having burns over 60% of your body, you know, the recovery for that is just sitting in traction, you know, covered in Vaseline, basically. Like that was the mental picture I had, you know, like, what else do you do? They actually had him up and walking like the second day he was there. And they've had him walking every day.
I didn't know that.
He's been walking up on his feet, and it's counterintuitive in one way, but it's for the long run, it's the best thing that you can do. Is to keep him moving and keep all the skin flexible and moving and whatnot.
Keep the blood flowing through all the
Try to help prevent clots too.
Yeah.
I had a cervical fusion. They had me up walking 12 hours after my fusion.
Sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
make a big difference for him.
Super cool. Yeah. Super cool. So keep our boy in your thoughts, you know, and I would say at this point, you know, the immediate need for items, clothing, obviously, you know, the GoFundMe is still active. You know, I don't want to say that, you know,
they're pretty.
I don't want to say they're set, but they're
set.
You know, obviously we are still doing the raffle though. There's still going to be a raffle. And again, we've talked about this before. Yeah. We are accepting, and we have appreciated so much the amazing donations that we've gotten so far for the raffle. We are just waiting a little bit. Again, like we talked about before, this is going to be a marathon, not a sprint for him. So there's been so much love and support right now. We want to make sure in 2 months and 3 months when he's still in there, there's still support. So we're just waiting a little bit longer. Honestly, we might even stretch it out towards like the Christmas time, maybe do more of like a Christmas raffle. So like you're supporting him during that time, which will be hard for him being away from his family and friends and everyone. You might end up with a really cool Christmas present if you win the raffle, you know? So I think that's what we were kind of thinking. And yeah, we'll probably do another one, maybe like a celebratory one when he gets out or gets closer to getting out, you know? Yeah, I'd also like to just real quick put out there that Mira, the mask, the gas masks that we carry here, amazing company. They reached out to us on Instagram, and unfortunately Tyler lost. He had quite a stash of, you know, because it was kind of his project getting the gas masks in here. So he had been dealing with that company. He actually had an open line of communication like directly with the CEO, a gentleman named Roman, super cool guy. And I was sitting in the hospital like with Ty, and the nurses like came in, they're doing something. So I'm giving them like some privacy. So I like checked my phone, and Mira Safety, like their page, sent us a message. They slid into our DMs and they're like, hey, could we send Ty a care package? Like, is that appropriate? And if so, like send me an address to send it to. And I replied right back. I was like, yeah, like send it to the store here. Like that would be amazing. He would love that. And I told Tyler, and he goes, ask if that's Roman, the owner of the company. So I'm, you know, hey, is this Roman? He goes, yeah, that's who you're talking to. And it was just so nice. Like, yeah, like I just don't know. I can't express how much that means. This huge company, worldwide company, defense company selling masks all over the globe, and they know of his story, and the CEO, the CEO of this huge company is like, yeah, well, let him know, like, we're thinking about him, and he's in our thoughts and prayers. So that just really meant a lot to us, So we love their product. We're going to keep carrying it, and we're going to keep singing their praises because it's an amazing product too.
Mm-hmm.
So cool within little industries like ours and like that.
Oh yeah,
the sense of community and the sense
of cool,
right? Like
they
get it,
and like it's people that we only talk to on the phone,
right?
Like 9 times out of 10 we've never met them.
We don't have any like real connection to them, so to speak, but they they care about people that are helping them advance their products and stuff. So
cool. There is your weekly Tyler update. And if you haven't already, I don't know if you can sign up for updates without donating per se, but Josh does a pretty good job of whenever we get an update from Kelly, Tyler's mom, he tries to update the GoFundMe page. So I think I donated, so I get an email whenever you do that. I don't know if you can sign up to get those without donating.
I think you can see them right on the page.
You can. Oh, you 100% can. But I was blown away too by how many people.
Getting like the
I get like I get like an email. Hey, Josh updated the GoFundMe page. So donate if you want to get those. And
$1 even.
It's amazing. Even in the past few days, donations keep coming in.
Yeah,
it's amazing. It's amazing for them. So awesome. Let's keep moving on. Brian, have we gotten any questions or whatnot?
It's been a really busy night.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
I'm ready.
So John Davis clarified, he was saying that, the competitors really like the setup and the range, and the one female competitor from Alpha Squad said she really liked it.
Awesome. Thanks, John. Yeah, John was killing it in the range. He was in there.
He's doing a
a
great
ton.
job.
We had a whole bunch of Johns in there.
We did.
We had three John squad.
All Johns all the time.
Do Cindy next. I believe she's talking about Polar Wave. She says, I'm sure you've answered this a million times. When is your new range opening? She can't wait.
No hard updates. I really wish I had some more information, but we are just trudging along. It's a long process, and there's a lot to it. It's also one of those things, the way that property is zoned, it's one of those things where I have to go to the town and get like a variance or they call it a special use permit. Every little thing I want to do, like I called them up and I was like, hey, I want to do a haunted hayride little thing like in the fall. I called them in like August and I was like, hey, if I just want to do a haunted hayride, and they're like, yeah, you need to submit a site plan, all like a formal process because it's just not zoned, correctly for what it should be zoned. So we're working on not only the gun range side of things, but as some of you know, we have other plans to make it just more multi-use. The gun range obviously is going to be a huge part of it. But it's a 22-acre property, and there's just so much more we can do with it than just the guns. So, a lot of you have heard we intend on putting a little drive-in movie theater there. I think it'll be very exciting for the people in Batavia. Yep. So again, that has to go through. So instead of going through 8 or 9 different times to the planning board, we're trying to do one big one all at once. And hopefully I can convince them, I don't think it'll be hard. Hopefully we can convince them to change the zoning to like an industrial zoned property. That way we won't, if I come up with something else, we won't have to keep going back to them time and time again. So no like firm update, but we're progressing forward. So
as much as we can with all of like the COVID regulations.
Yeah, it's tough.
That really slowed it down.
It really did. We will certainly let you know when we get going with the town. There will be opportunities. We're going to have a public forum of some kind, and I don't know what that looks like nowadays with the town, if they do that like virtually or if we meet somewhere, because the town of Batavia, the planning board room is like the size of our classroom, maybe a little bit bigger. So like if we had 20 30 40 50 people show up, I don't know how that's going to happen. Sure. But we will certainly let you know. I don't think it's going to be an issue, but you never know. Whenever you start talking about guns and getting the public's opinion in there, there is a Every Town for Gun Safety chapter in Batavia, which is relatively active for them. It has like 5 members, I want to say. So, if we get through there, it's going to be published in the paper and people are going to come and I don't want to say likely protest it, but they might voice their opinions and stuff. So we'll need, I don't know if it'll be just Town of Batavia residents per se, or maybe Genesee County. I'm not sure how it works, but we'll give you updates. We'll let you know. So thank you.
Yeah.
Cindy, right? I think asked that.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool.
What else you got, Brian?
Okay, next one, James Robinson. What handguns do you have in stock that you have ammo for?
Ooh,
probably
any 10
a
mils?
small list.
No, we don't have any.
Nothing, I would say.
No 10 mils for sale.
You got 44 mag. Yeah, oh, you got any mags? You got any of those?
Get the shut the front
What
door.
about 41 Colts?
Oh, yeah, I got one in my, no.
The
Yeah,
box of ammo's been there for 3 years.
the 41 Colts. Oh, man. Yeah, there's really no handgun ammo over
We
here.
have-
There's a few boxes of 10 mil.
We got some 22 long rifle on
We
the
have
shelf,
any
right?
22s?
So, yeah, we got some 22s. We got Ruger Mark II, Ruger Mark
Oh
I,
yeah, we got a bunch of 20.
high standard, Walter P22.
Walther,
Yep.
yeah,
Come on down, buy your 22s.
sure.
Hey, I did a couple of weeks ago.
We've
They don't
got
run with the 22 now. I'm just
Ruger Wranglers.
saying. Yeah, we got a couple of Ruger.
Isn't that what you got, Brian? Yeah,
Wait for it to add
they're
my
cool.
permit.
Yeah, I like those a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
If you like little single action revolvers. we got it.
Nationwide shortage.
Brian, what else you got?
Jeremiah asked, what are the chances of something chambered in 3030 having to happen to wander into the shop recently?
None. Zero.
Yeah. There is a 0% chance.
There was a Winchester on consignment for a long time that has since sold.
And there used to be a not a Winchester, the Sears and Roebuck.
Sorry, that's what I meant.
Yeah, it was a
That's
Model
what I meant.
94 copy
Yeah,
essentially.
'cause those were made by Winchester for
For
Sears and
Sears,
Roebuck.
yeah.
Yeah,
So cool.
I have one.
Second part of that question is 3030 an outdated caliber?
I would say no.
Struck more deer than any other caliber on this
Yeah.
continent.
I would say no. It's not an outdated caliber. It's right in the same realm as 30-06, 308,
Sure.
270. You know, it's one of the.
The only thing I would say is it is a rimmed cartridge, so I don't know. Really, that really is its only use. Lever action, deer hunting, you know. But
And or bear.
sure,
Yeah, black bear,
Yeah.
for sure.
yeah,
Yeah, but I would say as far as anything other than hunting small to medium sized game, no. Yeah, pretty much that's it. That's it.
Yeah, it's too
Nice.
expensive to, you know,
Yeah,
for
but
just
shoot
like for
woodchucks
target.
or-
for fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're talking $1 a
target.
shot.
I would say it holds high value for nostalgia.
Collectors.
Sure,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
It's on a John Wayne movie. and-
Mhm.
Yeah, it's still, it's still around and it's in common use, right? So
What else we got?
So one came from John S. Was wondering about the legalities of concealed carry with a face mask. Apparently there's some discussion that may not be legal.
Some states have
New York State, as far as I know, does not have anything in there.
no clauses that
Right.
say you can't. Yeah.
Right.
Some states do. I don't know which ones off the top of my head.
Yeah.
But obviously, in a national emergency, laws like that get.
And I think it's one of those too. It's one of those where intent, like spirit of the law versus letter of the law.
Right.
It's one of those like, yes, that is what's written on the paper. But I think, and there was a question when I was down in Virginia at the rally back in January. It's all because it was January, so it was cold. So there's a lot of people just wearing like scarves and stuff. No, COVID wasn't a thing yet. There's a lot of people wearing like scarves and whatnot. And usually it's only a crime when it's for the purpose of concealing your identity.
right.
It's going to be one of those things that you're only going to get charged with that if like you robbed a bank and you had a ski mask on and they're there's another litany of charges.
They're just throwing everything
you
they
know,
can at you. Yeah.
I want to say though that we are not lawyers and we're certainly not your lawyer. So
Never gonna be.
take that for what it's worth. But I wouldn't worry.
Not
about
even
that.
if there's a fire.
I would say all of us begrudgingly have worn masks when we have to, and we've carried guns the entire time.
100%.
Never had an issue. True. If you're doing concealed carry correctly, no one will know, that you're
anything.
carrying to begin with,
Yeah,
so
I
it really
would say
won't
that,
become an issue.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
Great question though. Yeah. What else we got?
All right, a bit of a kind of a rifle malfunction question, which might be a little bit hard to answer, but we'll give it a shot.
We'll try.
Michael B asked, recently had a rifle that did not fire. It was an NY compliant AR. Got a puff of smoke out of it. Counted to 20 just to make sure it wasn't a hang fire or something.
Good.
Pulled back the handle, and apparently it was double fed. Why wouldn't have ejected that round? What might he do to prevent that from happening again?
Well,
If there's a round coming in from the magazine,
Sounds like maybe.
I'm having a difficult time picturing a situation where we've got 2 rounds that are trying to occupy the same chamber, and somehow the gun ends up in battery to the point where I can press the trigger and get anything to happen.
Right.
I'm wondering if maybe it just didn't grab it and then it started to.
I was going to say it might
second
have
round.
his chamber might have been like sticky, you
Right.
know, and that
Might not have
round.
extracted that first.
Maybe if he can reply, were you shooting brass or steel cased?
Right.
If you're shooting steel, it might have just, you know, your extractor might have jumped it,
Come
you
off
know,
the
or
case.
just you just might have had a malfunction of the rim, you know, the extractor groove.
Yeah, it could have been like an ammo issue. There's a lot of factors.
Your extractor spring might be a little weak, you know. Yeah, there's a lot of things. Yep. So.
Well, I think that's basically all from right now, but we did just get a comment in from Jim Bennett. He is watching from, I believe it's Dundalin. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing that wrong. From Florida.
Ah, cool.
Wow. Very
Nice.
cool.
Nice. Send us some oranges.
Thanks.
Thanks, Jim.
Super cool. Yeah, so we talked about the tactical games. We talked about Ty.
Yep.
What else?
We've
What
got
else
the
we
fun
got?
run coming up.
We do. We
So-
do. Why don't you talk about that for a little bit?
You and me got to talk about that
Oh, geez.
later. So for the fun run this year, we couldn't do like anything here because of restrictions and stuff like that. And so we did it online. So you can sign up for the fun run online. If you sign up for the fun run, you can register. You can create your own page to fundraise for your own goal. Everything goes to Operation Build Up, local spot. Pretty cool.
Super cool.
So as far as what we're doing, this will take place, by the way, on 14 November.
Coming up.
Yeah, 2 Saturdays from now. And we're going to do a live stream that day.
Mhm.
So we got to just kind of sit down and figure out when we're going to do it. I don't think we should do it all day.
That'd be tough.
Maybe like
Yeah.
11 to 3 or
Sure.
something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to have a live stream. On the live stream, I'll probably be playing my guitar and singing some tunes.
What?
We're going to try to get as much money raised as we can. So either you're going to pay to request a song from me, or you're going to pay for me to stop
There you go.
singing and playing. Okay.
Alternatively, I have already registered for the race, so I'm going to create my own little. Josh's going to have to show me how to do it, but I'm going to create my own little fundraising page.
Nice.
So if you're not going to run the thing yourself, maybe you could sponsor me to run the thing. And what's the fun run supposed to be like?
You can choose a 2.2K or a 5K or whatever. You can run as funly as you want to. Okay, Pat's gonna do like a 98.
I'm going to do like a
22K.
10K. All right. And I need some sponsors to make it worth my time to run 6.2 miles, because that sounds miserable.
In your plate carrier?
Yeah, why not?
Sweet.
I do 5 miles a week on average in my plate carrier.
Nice.
So
What's
yeah.
another
With Loki?
generally, yeah.
No, I mean, are you gonna do the fun run?
Yeah,
Loki?
I can't
Or
run
is that
6
too-
miles and not bring him with me. Yeah,
Yeah.
he would get,
he'd be upset.
Yeah.
he would know.
He would chew my
Be
arm
mad.
off when I got home.
So yeah, so for the live stream, we will have like some kind of button where like you can just kind of donate money right from the live stream.
Sure.
Like I said, I'll be there playing some acoustic covers, just so we have like some entertainment. Like in between
Yeah.
what we're doing, we're gonna have Z-Bart down here.
Nice.
They're gonna talk for 30 minutes about what they do,
Yeah.
because they are our diamond sponsor. Diamond or platinum?
Z-Bart jumped the diamond.
He's-
oh,
yeah,
the
Diamond.
platinum.
Yep. Yeah. So they're like the highest sponsor. So they get 30 minutes to talk on our live stream
Yeah.
that day as part of their sponsor package. So thanks guys again for that.
Throw us some ideas though too. Maybe what would you like to see? Submit us questions maybe, or if there's, Brian and Tyler. There was a night where I couldn't be here. I think both of us couldn't be here. It was like 2 hours before showtime, and both of us were just like, "Hey, Tyler, like tough shit. Like we won't be here. Like come up with a show all on
Figure
your
it out,
own."
nerd.
And I thought Brian and him did a great job though, like just breaking down some guns. Maybe Josh could go over his favorite beers of 2020. There's all sorts of stuff we could
Yeah.
do. So maybe send us some ideas.
I am a craft beer snob.
Talking about some of the GMRS stuff.
We certainly could. Ooh,
Yep.
yeah, I would love to bore up some people. That'll get them to pay to shut me up. Talk about some radios. We'll get Andrew out here. Oh, yeah, big time. People be smashing that. Get out of here. Just go to bed.
Here's $5. So yeah, that's kind of our plan for the 14th.
Nice.
Like I said, it's a very scaled down version of what we did last year, but we're limited with what we can do.
Right.
We've still raised over $5,000 for
Insane.
them. So
Right.
speaking of that, I will talk to Mr. Justin about having him on next week's
Oh, yeah.
live stream.
Sure.
I'd like to
He should
reach
probably
out
be here live for that one, too, if he
he
can.
could come,
yeah.
on the 14th too. Yeah. So I will message him later tonight, see if he's down for next week's live stream. That way it'll be right before, and
That'd be cool.
maybe
Yeah.
also on Saturday the 14th. So yeah,
Yeah.
keep an eye out. We will be doing. Well, maybe we only do one live stream that week. Maybe. Well,
Yeah, well, we could talk about it.
I don't know. Yeah, we'll
Maybe we do a shorter one,
yeah, we've got
Right.
some things to iron out. But
Right.
yeah, like you said, if anybody has any suggestions, we want to raise as much money for them as we can because
Yeah.
what they do is really cool and it happens in this area.
It's awesome.
So
We had some people ask, and I just want to confirm that the TFP calendar, like that is a real thing. They will be here
it's real.
very shortly, right? Like they're
It's as real as the hair on Dan Carrick's back.
they are. I don't think Phil is finished with them yet, but he's getting really close.
He's doing a
they'll-
great job.
Oh, they're amazing.
Dude,
Some
yeah.
some of these photos
He's doing a great
are
job.
too funny, and I just can't wait. I've teased I put my photo out there. I don't know if we've teased anybody else's though. Maybe we should. There was a lot of
I
really.
think we
good
should
ones.
tease Darnell's because his photo.
Darnell's
His was
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
His
I think we
Fire.
should tease
Yeah.
Brian's because that one just
Brian's is hot.
it never fails to make me smile when I
Mine's
see
is a really
Brian's
good one,
picture.
too,
It was,
yeah.
it was pretty cool.
I
I haven't even seen my photo.
we really got to do. Maybe this is something we could. Maybe it's too soon for the live stream, but I think we should figure out a way to do almost like yearbook style. Because someone asked us this at the Tactical Games. We have a lot of really cool rental guns. I don't want to make it seem like we're celebrities, but a lot of people really like us, and I think it'd be fun.
For some reason.
I don't know why.
I
Yeah.
have no idea.
I think it would be a lot of fun though to have a day where there's a lot of the staff here. Maybe you could take a picture with your favorite gun, maybe your favorite staff person.
Pat's going to be
Um,
really busy.
Oh, so busy.
I was going to
like,
say the opposite. Get that dude out.
we go on the range. We touch off a few rounds to get a little smoke in there. We leave the vents off.
Mhm.
And the lights that he has, just the tactical photos, I would say that he can
Oh, yeah,
take.
he
You're
does.
not going to be able to go to the Walmart photo lab and have them take a
Have
picture of
gun
you
smoke
in your
hanging.
So if people
Super
are
down.
interested, let us know in the comments. And I know Phil would love to set up a thing. So much a person, you'll get so many prints. Like a little holiday.
Oh, yeah.
I think we could have a lot of fun with that.
He's great at that.
Yeah, they turned out amazing.
Brian, you look like you had something down there. You just caught my eye.
Yeah, so there are a couple quick little ones. Two of them go back to the 22 to non-fun run.
Sure.
John Davis says that apparently, Pat, you were going to donate the proceeds from your OnlyFans account.
Hey, listen, man. I'm not.
We're not trying to break the
That's
internet
my,
here.
It's my
He
gun
can't,
money.
he can't
so-
donate all $5.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to do the other route. That's way too much to donate.
And then a comment from Jeremiah on the 14th stream saying that he hopes that you can do an acoustic cover of Pantera.
I've never done one before, but I could work on it. I've got time.
That'd be cool.
I don't know
See
what
what
you
you
did,
can come up
Pat,
with.
but JMMC says he saw that. I don't know what you did, but
Oh,
apparently he saw you do something.
Just keep taking my gun part way out of the holster.
One legitimate question, though, came in from Sheldon. He's asking, how much is the class this weekend?
Which one? We actually have 3 different classes coming up this weekend. We have our Saturday pistol safety, the pre-permit course. That one's going to be $65 for you. Runs from 9:30 a.m. Saturday the 7th until 1 p.m. that same day. That's going to earn a certificate to go apply for your pistol permit, courtesy of John Huther. So if that's the one you're talking about, that is going to be from 9:30 to 1 p.m. This Saturday. Costs $65. I have a pistol mechanics class that is a live fire pistol class. That's going to be going from 9 to noon on the range this Sunday. Guys, I have a bunch of slots still open in that one. I'm not sure if you guys didn't know about it, if it didn't make it, if I didn't put the event out on the Facebook or whatever. But that one's still got a lot more openings than I'm used to seeing this late in the week. So I'd like to fill that if we can. If you guys are interested in doing some shooting of your handguns this Sunday, specifically, drawing, reholstering from concealment and stuff like that.
Do we have any ammo for that?
We have some of the tactical game stuff in the back that we didn't end up using. Yeah, so if you guys are coming out to train and you don't have ammo, call us because the training department does have access to some ammo.
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't training right now because you're concerned about ammo shortages and stuff like that, I do have ammo for you guys. A little bit more expensive than what you're used to. Generally, we get that stuff to you guys for $15.90 somewhere in there. Right now it's what, $18.99 a box,
something like that. Yeah, we're
still way less.
It's gone up a couple bucks,
right.
but yeah. So we're not trying to beat you guys up too bad on it. That's just our costs have gone up a little bit as well. But if you guys are interested in coming out to do some shooting, and you need more info, should be on our website and the Facebook page. Hit us up. We'll answer any questions you got. And lastly, the USCCA Concealed Carry and Home Defense Fundamentals course is also going to be this coming Sunday. I'm starting that at 1. We're going to be doing that until about 5:30 p.m. And that one costs $100. It also includes the USCCA textbook for the Concealed Carry and Home Defense
gorgeous book.
Fundamentals.
Yeah,
excellent.
Great book, full color photos, 7 chapters of very detailed information. And specifically that class does a great job of covering all the laws.
Yes.
And the legal, moral, ethical, and financial ramifications of using a firearm for home personal protection and home defense, stuff of that nature. So yeah. Hopefully that's the info you were looking for about this class this weekend. Brian, what else you got, buddy?
Well, Josh, you might be in a little bit of trouble. Shannon says, Josh, it's time to learn a song. That means the honeydew list won't get done.
Uh-oh.
What a comment. Come on. What is this, 1950? First of all, the honey-do list is get a deer. So
There you go. There you go.
James Robinson said, firing pin Christmas cards, question mark?
We definitely should. We
pretty
we did one when we first opened.
We did, yeah.
Sort of.
Yeah. We could probably take that staff picture we took for Ty,
Oh, sure.
something like that maybe, or a collection, maybe a little collage of the pictures that Phil took.
It would be neat if all of our members got like a little Christmas card. Hey,
That'd be cool.
That would be neat. That's a good idea.
Good idea.
Currently, the last one that we have is from Cindy, talking about the raffle for Tyler, collecting items. Are they just gun related or any type of item?
I guess hit us up. We hate to turn something away. We're
going to end up having multiple raffles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously depending on what it is. And again, it was one of those huge struggles of when we were receiving items for them. Some items are great. Some items are okay. And sometimes it was like, thank you for this, but I'm sorry, it's going to go right in the dumpster, and I can't imagine what, huge, like Goodwill, I can't imagine what they go through at that level, and really it was just a logistical problem of, there's only so much room in the store. I mean, we've got that back room packed to the gills. I wish it was full of ammo, but, I'm guilty of this myself. I have a hard time letting go of something that if I think it might be useful later on, I'm not a hoarder. Stop whenever I want.
Stop whenever I
sell all the radios whenever I have to, Josh. I just don't want to. Okay.
Radios and radio accessories.
There's none of those in the back.
Not a hoarder. This is just a really nice box.
Yeah. Thank you. They don't make boxes like
never
this
know
anymore,
when you'll need
It's a good box.
I think that's a dad thing.
There was just something like there were people hitting us up with like furniture and couches and beds and this and we love it. It's so hard to just say no. But yeah, Cindy, hit us up, send us an email, send us a message, let us know what you have. I will say we are skewing, everything we've gotten so far is gun related, or tactical or whatever. But if it's something that will benefit the auction, or not the auction, but the raffle, we're happy to have it, and we appreciate
Sure.
it so much.
Thank you.
You know, yeah.
Yeah, everybody's been so great. Like, it's just
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Almost too great.
Almost, yeah. What's your angle out there?
What do you want? Brian, you got anything else? Or you
man.
said that was it, right?
John's got a good comment that came in while you guys were
Oh,
talking.
yeah. He's always got a good comment.
Saying you, Brandon, specifically, he called you out.
John Davis?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
What you
He
got?
says you have to have a PC Christmas card and a non-PC.
I'm afraid to know like what John's going to do with that, but I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that.
It's doable.
We can certainly do that.
We can acquiesce to that request.
I think some of the photos that Dan sent us we could easily use for that. You know, I know this guy's itching to take some.
No, listen, I've learned my lesson. I will never do that shit again. For those of you out there that are wondering, like, when I'm going to start taking some racy photos, ask around about hashtag never forget. All right. We're not playing that game ever again.
It's too funny.
It's a fun game.
Your friends are so mean.
I hate my
It's too funny.
It's a fun
You're
game.
gonna drop some in the chat because of that, probably.
Yeah, it's
I
going
hope
to.
so.
I just fucked up again.
Yep. It's coming. It's coming now. It's just a matter of time.
Oh, jeez.
So Chris Woods just wanted to jump back to the fun run. He's not quite sure what the cause was. So if you guys can do a quick thing on the cause.
It's for Operation Build Up, which is a great local charity. They're based out of
Canisius.
It's extremely local. They were featured on Mike Rose. Was it his show? Or what was the show? I can't remember.
So
it wasn't Dirty Jobs, but it
It's
was
Mike Rowe's show on the Discovery Channel called Returning the Favor.
There we go. Yeah, they were on there a few years ago. And their main thing is they build cars, basically, right? Or they fix up a car.
They fix cars.
That's kind of their main, and they do other stuff too, but that's their main.
Basically, what
You know.
they do is they will take a car and they will get it to work, and then they find like some kind of veteran that needs it,
Yeah.
and they straight up donate it to him. They do that
Yeah.
with cars. They do it with homes. They donate furry friends, and it's all to prevent suicides and homelessness
Nice.
for vets. So,
Yeah. Super cool.
so I would say, yeah, that's where the money will be going to. We started this last year because we like we had some people that we knew that were sort of going through something like similar to that, and we felt the need to help, right?
Yeah, so basically last year, one of my guys that I had served with, number 7, in fact, the seventh soldier that I served directly with and deployed with, committed suicide. So for those of you guys that don't know, I'm a prior service military guy. Got a chance to serve in the Army for 6 years on active duty. Got a chance to do a couple deployments while I was in, and as a result of those deployments, we didn't lose anybody overseas, thankfully, but we started losing guys when we came back home. So my unit went through that, several times after the first deployment, and then several more times after the second deployment. So altogether, I have lost 7 of my friends and my battle buddies to veteran suicide. So last year when that happened, the most recent time, I came into work, and of course, I was pretty upset, and I talked to Josh about it, and we figured out that we wanted to do something here to help. Josh was really supportive in that, and he was wanted to figure out what we could do. So we put together a fundraiser, and it was very successful. We raised over $9,000 that was able to go directly to Mission 22, which was the first beneficiary of our fundraiser. And this year we're doing the fundraiser in support of Operation Build Up, but it's still, related directly to that mission of ending, or at least, knocking those numbers of veteran suicides down. So that's where that's coming from.
Yeah. Not to take the spotlight away from that in any way, but it also brings up another partnership that we've had for most of this year. Unfortunately, we've been shut down for a lot of this year.
Right.
So we weren't able to really promote it as much as we wanted, but some of you that have been in here, you've seen some signs around the store. We're looking at one in the background now that says have a courageous conversation. And we were extremely proud to be offered the opportunity to work with, it's called the Pathway to Hope. And it's a GLOW region, Genesee, Livingston, Orleans, and Wyoming County initiative. Again, just to bring awareness to, different suicide prevention organizations and mechanisms. And, obviously our main demographic is men, in a certain age bracket, and they are the most at risk of committing suicide. And they are also the least likely to reach out and get help, So they were given a grant from New York State, and part of that grant was they had to work with local firearms retailers and ranges in the area. And they called us up, and I jumped at the opportunity. Thought it was a great program that they're doing. And again, it is just promoting to have that courageous conversation. It takes a lot of courage. The first step of getting help is admitting that you need help, and just reaching out. We're, speaking for men, that's just generally not something that we do, is ask for help or ask, for the right kind of help, maybe. It's very easy for us to just, drink a beer or have a smoke around the campfire or something like that, and just make a joke about it and move on. But, there are definitely resources out there, and we just wanted it to be known that this is a place, I hate to use this word because it's kind of become a joke almost nowadays, but, this truly is a safe space for anyone, but I would say specifically in this instance, men that don't have anyone that they feel they can reach out to and talk to about this kind of stuff. Obviously, Pat, you've have unfortunately a lot of experience, dealing with this kind of stuff. I know you'd be willing to talk to anybody ever that came down here, and just needed someone to talk to. I know any one of the staff here, we're actually working on with the Pathway to Hope. There's some training that we'd like to take, just to, number one, maybe recognize some of these things. If we see somebody coming in,
right,
they're exhibiting these behaviors, hey man, like, why don't you take one of these cards? Like, why don't you come, there's some coffee or something. We'll do, whatever. And we would like to, before COVID had kicked off, we had talked about even doing like a weekly, just like coffee meetup, and the Pathway to Hope would like send somebody and like a mental health, like professional, have them pick up some coffee at Dunkin' or whatever and just come here and hang out and just, again, just have that door open,
Sure.
and hope somebody needs it. So you'll see some of those signs around. We've got a couple different ones.
We have more on their way from National Shooting Sports Foundation too.
Oh, nice. For the same idea.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's an important topic, and we just want to bring it into the light and just take that stigma away from mental health and getting help. There's no shame in seeking help and making, healing the mind. It's just as important, if not more important than the body.
I would rather invest, 10, 15 or 30 minutes, right, listening to somebody's problems and giving them an opportunity to get something off their chest, or
Sure,
to have somebody there just to lend a kind of a sympathetic ear, right? I would rather invest that time in somebody else for their sake than to read the story about how they committed suicide. Right.
Yeah.
Now somebody is without a loved one because
right,
somebody was afraid to reach out for help. Right. So for those of you who might struggle with some of those things or whatever, I'm here pretty regularly, and I'm not a licensed therapist or anything of that nature, right? But I am a pretty nice dude some of the time.
Despite, yeah.
Believe it or not. So if there's something that I can potentially do to like help or at least get you pointed in the right direction of resource, right? Then have something bad happen to somebody because they needed help.
Is that why at the truck stop, there's those notes written in the stalls, like, for a good time, call call Pat
for supportive.
just to get your
case.
spirits up. Yeah,
That's why they're
Okay.
there. Yeah, exactly.
I don't really understand what the hole in the wall is for, but that's
We'll talk about that at a
Okay.
different time, buddy.
Oh man, Brian, has everybody left yet, or are there still people watching this?
Now they're
That's
talking about glory hole.
insane. Yeah, my mom's gonna write me and be like,
I accidentally put the wrong end up to that once, and let me tell you, I was not.
That's not good.
Not
I was not
expecting
ready
that.
for
Free prostate check.
what's to come.
Oh man. Any other comments, questions, anything over there? We're getting we got to be over an hour, right?
Yep, we're about an hour and a half.
Nice.
No, don't really see much. Just
Nothing from Shannon. She doesn't want to heckle me anymore.
it's been on in a while.
She can heckle me when I get home.
Just a lot of support for the Operation Build Up and
Nice.
Awesome.
A lot of good comments about that.
Good, great.
That people had known about
Nice.
that in back before a friend of theirs had issues.
Yeah,
Sure, for sure. Yeah, no.
So
A lot of us have been there.
if you guys want to learn more about that, you can head to 22tonone.thefiringpinny.com.
Nice.
22tonone.thefiringpinny.com.
Nice.
You can sign up for the run there. You can, if you wanted to donate money to the cause, that you can donate through that link as well.
Josh is going to show me how to set up my little fundraiser page. So hopefully those of you who, will see that will be.
It's already done, actually.
Is it?
As soon as you sign up, it's like automatically done. And
Oh, cool. Well, I'll figure out where
if
that
you
is.
want to edit it from there, then you can edit it from there.
Cool. Well, I'll definitely take a look at that, and we'll make sure that people know where to go.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll talk to Justin, who runs that, and see if we can get him on next week.
Awesome.
Love it. Awesome, guys. Well, hey, thank you, everybody. If there's nothing else, we really appreciate you tuning in to these. We have a lot of fun doing them. I hope you have some fun watching them, and I hope you, like them, comment them. That all helps. These are on YouTube, so even if you're watching this on Facebook, maybe look up the Firing Pins YouTube channel. If you like and comment on it, it just helps promote the channel to other people, and smash that subscribe button, help us out. It really does make a difference, and we love having an audience to share this stuff with. Do you remember when we started doing this? Was it in March? Or was it April? Can't remember. We'll have to go back and look.
Recall. Yeah,
I've been on the first one.
it's
to go
been
back and
over
look.
6 months since we
Yeah.
started these. We've
We've been
doing
having a
them
lot of fun with
long
these,
time.
and we love the engagement, and it's one of those things that sometimes there's not as many people as we'd like to see like on there live. It's like, we're doing this show for like 30 people sometimes.
Than's James
But
and John. We appreciate it.
great to hear from you.
Marianne, Cooper, thank
A
you.
ton of people watching
But
that.
so many people, there's some like ratio of like, if 100 people saw it, you'll get like 10 likes maybe, and then like one comment off of that. So, there are a ton of people. Like, I love hearing that people see the live stream. They love it. It's so cool.
It's only missing one thing:
What's that?
a beer sponsor. If you bring us beer, we'll drink it on the live stream.
There you go.
We
There you
have
go.
we've
We
got
have
the
the
coffee
technology.
sponsor, right? We've got the coffee sponsor already. Thanks, Jeremiah. If you drop us beer, we'll drink it on the live stream.
I saw a really
That is a promise.
On the note of the coffee sponsor, he's asking if you need a restock, Pat.
Please. Yeah, absolutely.
I saw a really funny post, again, not to bring light to any of the COVID stuff going on, but I saw a really funny post on Facebook, and it was like there's an at-home test you can do to see if you have COVID. One of the things it does is take away your smell receptors.
Okay.
So it said to take a beer and to open the beer and smell the beer. Okay. And if you can smell the beer, that's good. That's phase 1 of the test.
That
You have
means that you
passed.
don't have
Right.
COVID.
Right.
Now you can try to drink the beer because it takes away your taste buds as well.
Sure.
So then you drink the beer and you can taste it. You're good. It was like, I did the test 19 times last night. I finished the beer.
To make sure.
I do not have it. I'm going to keep testing and just making sure I don't have it.
Gotta
So
make sure.
it's really
Seems
important.
like a really
Yeah.
good way to go about it. Solid plan.
Oh, man. All right. Thank you all so much. We love all of you, and we will see you next week.
Indeed.
Awesome. See you, everybody.
Bye, guys.